Let's say that we wanted to attack the Bitcoin network. Now, by attacking, I don't mean shutting it off or hacking the code. What I mean is controlling it, taking over the network. Remember that a blockchain is just a database keeping track of transactions. Now, if we take over the network, we would be able to add transactions to that database that maybe didn't happen. We will be able to literally print money, create Bitcoin out of thin air. How can we take over the Bitcoin network? Easy. All we have to do is create a 51% attack. A 51% attack is the nightmare of all the blockchain projects, and today we're going to see what would it take to do that to Bitcoin. 안녕하십니까? Nicolas입니다, and welcome to video number 9 on this crypto series. If you are enjoying the series, if you like what you see, please leave a like and subscribe to the channel. I would really appreciate it. Now, let's get started trying to attack Bitcoin. As we learned on previous videos, Bitcoin is secured by using something called proof of work. In proof of work, computers have to work really hard and compete among each other to be allowed to add a record to the database. Now, if they succeed, they will be, first of all, rewarded, and the transactions that they added to the blockchain will be there forever as long as the whole network confirms them. By knowing this, now we can design the perfect attack for the Bitcoin network. All we have to do is buy a really good computer and make it compete against all the other computers on the network and wait until we win. Now, if we win, that means that we are the ones allowed to add a block or a record to this database. So maybe on this block, we are going to put transactions that didn't happen. Now, is that all it takes to lie on the blockchain? All we need is a good computer? If it was so easy, why isn't everybody else doing it? The answer is confirmations. After a block is added to the blockchain by us, the winner computer, all the other loser computers are going to verify that the information in our block is legit. When they find out that we actually lied and those transactions didn't happen, they are going to reject that block and they're going to start finding a new block, and this time with the correct information. This is known as consensus, which basically means do we agree or disagree on something. But now with this new information, our plan has changed, but is better. Now all we have to do is convince 51% of all the computers on the network to lie for us. That is the essence of a 51% attack. To understand this concept in an easier way, please imagine me on a family gathering trying to pretend like I am a doctor. If I lie to my cousin and I tell him that I am a doctor, maybe he's gonna go and check in with my mom. So now I need to ask my mom to also lie for me. Maybe because my cousin is just like the Bitcoin network, it doesn't trust two people only. It only trusts 51% of the family. So now I also have to go and tell my uncles to please lie for me as well. Now, this is easy if you have a family of 10 people. Convincing 6 people is not that hard. But imagine if your family was 20 people, 30 people, 50 people, or in the case of the Bitcoin network family, 70,000 people. By the time of recording this video, that is the number of nodes currently securing the Bitcoin network. So, our plan has problems. This is because it's going to be very hard to convince more than 35,000 people to lie for our benefit. Remember, proof of work requires your computer to be the fastest computer on the network to be allowed to add a block. In other words, numbers are just not enough. What we actually need is to have 51% more power than all the other computers of the network combined. The computing power of the Bitcoin network is calculated using something called hash rates. This means basically how fast are computers trying to find the new block. As of today, all the computers combined on the Bitcoin network are trying to find the new block this many times per second. Now, I don't know how to say this number, it's pretty huge. And this is the amount of times that they're trying per second to be the winner. So if our plan is going to work, if we are really going to attack this network, what we need to have is the speed to calculate at least 51% of that number per second to have a chance of winning. That means that we can't mine Bitcoin on normal computers. For this, what we need is ASIC or ASIC miners. ASIC means application specific integrated circuits, which in normal English means machines, computers that their only purpose in life is to mine Bitcoin. So let's say that we buy the most advanced miner out there. This one is called the Antminer S19J. This goes for more than $5,000, is currently sold out, and sadly, buying one of them right now is not going to help us. We need to buy more. But how many do we need to buy? If the Bitcoin network runs at 161 million terahashes per second, that means that we need to run more than 82 million terahashes per second to be able to take over the network. So how many terahashes per second can our $5,000 miner do? 90. This means that we will have to buy more than 900,000 ant miners to be able to make a 51% attack. Also, to keep our 51% power, we would need to stop people from joining the network, or we would have to be constantly adding new machines to our farm. So let's say that we do all that. Let's say that we spend $4 billion in ASIC miners. Now what do? Now, because of the way blockchain works, we cannot change the past. What's on the blockchain stays there. But what we can do is control the new blocks. So what we do is that on the new blocks on the blockchain, we print new Bitcoins. We send those Bitcoins really quickly to the exchanges, and on the exchanges, we really quickly cash out and turn that into US dollars. Now, we have to be able to maintain 51% control of the network, first of all, for long enough to be able to at least get our $4 billion investment. And also, another problem of this attack is the fact that the 49% of the rest of the network can realize what we are doing, and if they want to, what they can do is have a hard fork of our blockchain, and they will just literally ignore our power. A hard fork is what happens when the miners disagree. They are the reason why we have something like Ethereum and Ethereum Classic, or Bitcoin, Bitcoin Cash, and Bitcoin Gold. Also, hard forks are the way that blockchains update themselves, but that is a topic for another video. So, as you can probably realize, our dream of attacking the Bitcoin network is most likely not gonna happen. First, we don't have $4 billion and we cannot keep bringing more machines to our farm. And if we do, everybody else on the network is going to realize what we're doing, and they are going to basically ignore our power. Now, this is why Bitcoin in this case is so secure. Even a nation state wouldn't be able to attack Bitcoin this way. But what about the smaller proof of work cryptocurrencies? If they are smaller than Bitcoin, that also means that the power required to take over the network and run a 51% attack is also less, and that makes them very vulnerable. Now, that is the case, for example, with Ethereum Classic. Ethereum Classic was hit with 3 51% attacks in a month. And that right there is another problem with proof of work. The fact that you need to have so much computer power to secure your network. This means that the most energy-intensive networks are the only ones that can be secure, and the network itself rewards people that spend the most electricity and the most computer power. The network rewards people with fast computers. As of now, most Bitcoin mining is not made with clean energy. Maybe in the future, it will be. Like, for example, ARK Investment says they believe that Bitcoin will accelerate the investment and innovation on the renewable technologies. And that might happen in the future, but that's not the case today. As we saw last week, a coal mine went down in China and Bitcoin lost 30% of its hash power. So instead of using and rewarding fast computers to secure the network, maybe it would be better if we reward the people that were holding the coins. People that believe in the project. This is the core idea of proof of stake. In the proof of stake world, you don't need to have fast computers and waste a lot of energy. With POS, you can mine blocks, validate transactions, and be rewarded depending on how many coins you hold. So the amount of rewards that you will get from the network is directly proportional to the amount of coins that you are committing to the network. So now it's time to talk about proof of stake. Proof of stake is what is securing all these awesome third generation blockchains that we're going to see on the following videos. Now, I know I said I wanted to talk about proof of stake on this video, but I decided I need to explain 51% attacks first, just to understand how powerful proof of work is, and also how maybe on the next videos we're going to discuss how we can attack proof of stake cryptocurrencies. Now, I promise proof of stake coming up soon, and third generation cryptocurrencies as well. Don't forget to be happy. Please eat kimchi today. 감사합니다. 사랑해요. See you on the next one. Bye bye.